If you spend your days at a desk, chances are you felt it. That sudden, sharp, electric pain shooting down from your lower back. Yep, that's sciatica. In your office chair, it just might be public enemy number one. Today, we're going to figure out how to escape that sitting trap, once and for all.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, right? One minute you're in the zone, getting work done, and the next, your own body just completely betrays you. It's a huge wake-up call, and it forces us to look really closely at the one thing we do for hours and hours every single day, sitting. So let's start by understanding what we're really up against. Okay, section 1, the sciatica sitting trap. Let's dig into exactly why sitting can feel like your absolute worst enemy. All right, first things first, and this is a big one. Sciatica isn't actually a diagnosis. Think of it more like a warning light on your car's dashboard. It's a symptom, a sign that something is bugging that really long sciatic nerve. The culprit could be a herniated disc, sure, but it could also be something as simple as a really tight muscle. So why is sitting the main villain in this story? Well, because it's kind of like a multi-pronged attack. It squishes the discs in your spine, increasing the pressure. At the same time, it shortens the very muscles that surround the sciatic nerve, tightening its grip. And of course, just staying still means less blood flow, which leads to stiffness. It's basically the perfect storm for turning a minor irritation into a major problem. So that brings us to section 2, top sitting mistakes. We're going to uncover the habits that are basically pouring fuel on the fire. But here's the good news. Once you see them, you can fix them. And here it is, mistake number 1, the classic desk slouch. We all do it. But when you round your back like that, you're not just looking tired. You're actively putting a ton of pressure on your discs and literally narrowing the space where those delicate nerves need to pass through. The fix, in theory, is super simple. Support the natural curve of your lower back. And here's how you do it. It's a simple 3-step fix. First, get all the way back in your chair, no more perching on the edge. Second, fill that little gap in your lower back. A rolled up towel or a small cushion works perfectly. And third, get your screen up to eye level. That stops your head from drooping forward and pulling your whole spine with it. Next up, I'm looking at you, leg crossers. It feels so comfortable and natural, doesn't it? But what it's really doing is twisting your pelvis all out of whack and can tighten up a muscle called the piriformis, which, get this, sits directly on top of the sciatic nerve. Yikes. The goal here is symmetry. You want your feet flat and your hips nice and level. So here's the game plan. Look, the gold standard is keeping both feet flat on the floor about hip width apart. But let's be real, that habit can be tough to break. So how about a deal? If you have to cross your legs, set a mental timer for just a couple of minutes. When time's up, you've got to switch sides to keep things balanced. But this right here might just be the biggest mistake of all. And pretty much all of us are guilty of it. Just sitting still for way, way too long. Our bodies were built to move. When we don't, everything just seizes up. So let's flip the script. The new rule is move before the pain even thinks about starting. It's about being proactive, not reactive. So how do you actually make that happen in a busy day? Here are 2 super simple strategies. First, the timer trick. Just set an alarm on your phone or computer for every 20 to 30 minutes. When it goes off, you stand up for 1 minute. That's it. Or my personal favorite, habit stacking. Just tack on a tiny movement to something you already do, like doing a few ankle pumps every time a web page is loading. All right, section 3 is all about action. This is your 60-second desk fix. Think of it as a blueprint for building yourself a pain-free workspace. This right here is your cheat sheet. Let's just run through it. For your seat height, you want your feet flat on the floor with your knees at about a 90 to 100-degree angle. Why? It takes the pressure off your thighs and back. For lumbar support, you're just filling in that natural curve. Screen height, get the top third of it right at eye level to stop that forward head lean. And the movement plan? Well, that's the non-negotiable rule we just talked about. Seriously, if you remember only one thing, one single number from this entire explainer, please let it be this one, 20 to 30. That is the absolute longest you should sit without getting up for a quick 1-minute break. It is the most powerful weapon you have in this fight. Okay, so you're taking breaks, but what should you actually do in them? That brings us right to section 4, micro moves for relief. These are simple, effective exercises you can do right at your desk. No gym clothes required. Here are 3 fantastic options for your toolkit. Seated pelvic tilts are amazing for just gently waking up your lower back. Ankle pumps are incredible for getting circulation going when you've been sitting for a while, and a nice, gentle hamstring stretch can relieve tension that runs all the way up the back of your leg, giving that sciatic nerve a little more breathing room. And finally, we're at section 5, build your sit safe habit. This is where we make all of this good stuff totally automatic, so you don't even have to think about it. And believe it or not, it starts with something you do dozens of times a day, simply getting up from your chair. I know this sounds almost too basic, but trust me, how you stand up is a total game changer. Instead of just heaving yourself up with your back, try this. Scoot to the edge of the chair, plant your feet, lean forward so your nose is over your knees, and then push up using your powerful leg muscles. And that little pause at the top, that's key. It lets your body stabilize and prevents that sudden jolt of pain. Okay, we've covered a lot. The problem, the mistakes, and a whole bunch of solutions. But you know what? Information without action is useless. So the real question isn't just what you learned, it's what are you going to do? So look at these options, pick one. Just one. What's the single habit you are going to change starting today? Because escaping the trap doesn't happen in one giant leap. It starts with that first conscious step.